we're talking about the quality of humility, developing the quality of humility. When I was a coach at the University of North Texas, one of the assistant coaches I had was a guy named Melvin Robertson, truly a great coach. And Melvin came into me after he had only been there a few days, and he said, "Coach, I can tell you what our problem is." I said, "Okay." He said, "These kids don't know they don't know." And I thought, that's a silly thing, to say. And I did a little research, and I found out that education is based on the 4 stages of knowing. And you know what the first stage of knowing is? You don't know, you don't know. See, because if you don't know, you never look for the answer. And like Melvin said, they don't know what first class is. So they can't feel bad about being second class because they don't know what first class is. They don't know what full speed is, so they're not down the dumps when they don't go full speed because they don't know what it is. You don't know, you don't know. Well, the second stage of learning is you know you don't know. And when you know you don't know, that's humility. Because that's the day you start looking for answers. When I first started coaching in 1972, coaching at a junior high, I knew everything. There was nothing about football that I didn't know 22 years old. And I went to a coaching clinic with Bear Bryant and Woody Hayes and Chuck Knox, some great speakers. And I walked out of there and I felt about this tall. And I thought, I don't know anything. I know absolutely nothing. And that's the day that I started working to learn. See, when you realize you don't know, when you know you don't know, that's humility. And you start working for it. Who's the hardest kid in 42 years of coaching? You know who the most difficult kid to coach was? When you said something and he said, yeah, I got it, coach, I got it. And he didn't, you didn't know it. I had a quarterback named David Haynes who was the valedictorian of the class. And I would start telling David something on 65 read or something, and he'd say, "Hold up, coach, I have no idea what you're talking about. Start over." I knew what he didn't know. But if I don't know what you don't know, see, one of the best things you can say to a teacher, coach, supervisor is, "I don't understand." Because now they have a chance to explain it to you. When you know you don't know, that's humility. And you're on the road to success. The third stage of knowing is you know you know. When somebody talks about something, you know that you know all about it. You have studied for that test. You have prepared. You have spent the time and you're ready for it. You know you know. You practice. You study for the driver's test. You go to take the driver's test, you have no qualms. You know you know. When we got ready to play a football game, we practiced incessantly on a 2-point play so that in case we got to the game and we had to score on a 2-point play to win or tie, the players knew what the play was and they had worked on it. You know you know. The fourth stage of learning, you don't know you know. That's worse than don't know you don't know. That's harder to explain. No. You take a guy like Michael Jordan that has spent the 10,000 hours, in preparation. and he goes down to the floor and he makes a move and takes the shot and wins the game. And somebody asked him, how'd you do that? I don't know. His body just reacts to it. When the Beatles were doing the writing the songs, they were asked one time, how do you guys come up with it? And McCartney says, I don't know, it just comes to me. Well, if you spend 7 years together and you do 8 sets a day, 8 hours a day for a full year in Hamburg, Germany, then when you do it, it just comes to you. When Barry Sanders was a football player and he would make this unbelievable move, and then watch it on the video, and the backup running back would say, how'd you do that? Or the coach. I don't know. See, he did it because his body was so attuned. He had done the 10,000 hours. When you figure out how to do something on a computer or something, and you sit back and you say, I don't know how I did that. That's because you put in the time. But you began with humility. And the very first step is you know you don't know. And as long as you're in the stage of you don't know, as long as you think you know it all and you're not looking for answers, you're going to end up being humiliated. When you become humble, and you realize you don't know, you don't know, and you start searching for answers, you're on the step to greatness. That's what it is. Being humble is the beginning of being the best you that you can be.